going with the flow of what's considered normal could be harming your health. We need to take charge of our health and become empowered to move towards wellness. Hi, I'm Elle, Intuitive Wellness Coach for women, specializing in hormone health. And it's time to lift the veil on the things that are keeping us from having optimum health. Take the standard American diet. We all know that eating fried foods, simple carbs, sugary drinks, and processed foods leads to a higher risk of diseases like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Our world is also flooded with synthetic chemicals, and many of these have found their way into our food in the form of natural and artificial flavors and other additives and preservatives. These can cause gut dysbiosis, inflammation, one of the first triggers of disease, autoimmune issues, and more. Plastics, skincare products, and many household items can also contain hormone disrupting forever chemicals that can lead to thyroid issues, fertility issues, and cancers. We are living through a time of evolutionary mismatch, and our genes are switching on and off like never before to try to cope with each new trigger. We're surrounded by stimulus around the clock, from social media to messaging, 24/7 communication, Wi Fi signals, and it takes that much more to switch off and to rest after a long day. Energy slumps happen in the afternoon, and caffeine and sugar give us a boost throughout the day, and this is considered normal. The good news is that we can enhance our epigenetics by aligning with choices that trigger more wellness and balance in our bodies. Although we've made great strides in equality of the sexes, there is still significant gender bias in medical research. The majority of research on healthy habits, pharmaceuticals, fitness, and lifestyle has been conducted on men, and it's been this way for decades. And change is moving very slowly when it comes to conducting more research on women. Men and women metabolize drugs differently and present differently when it comes to diseases like cardiovascular issues. Despite these differences, medical research has historically treated women as smaller versions of men, applying male centric findings to both genders. This approach neglects critical nuances in immunity, hormone pathways, and metabolism. Our biological cycle, governing ovulation and menstruation, also influences our brain, our immunity, our metabolism, our microbiome, our stress response. However, it is not well studied. Women are often considered too complex to study due to our hormonal fluctuations. At the end of the day, it's quicker, easier, and cheaper to get research done on men. So, when you see those statistics of how it's great to do cold plunging for your body and fitness recovery, or how caffeine in the afternoon can boost your performance, just know that the research done on these kinds of things has probably been done exclusively on men and has not taken into account a woman's fluctuating hormone cycle. The same can be said for studies done on various foods and drugs and supplements and fitness routines, productivity habits, goal setting, and more. It's mostly based on the 24-hour testosterone fueled rhythm of a man's daily hormone cycle. So, if all of these things that we're contending with are considered a normal part of life, how do we achieve optimal health? It's time to embrace being a health outlier, a disruptor of the normal, and to develop a curiosity for what brings you as an individual your best level of health. Here are some ways that you can begin to take control of your health and become more empowered. Tracking your cycle. As women, our cycle is now considered to be our fifth vital sign. So, beyond temperature and taking blood pressure, we can look at our cycle for clues to our overall health. One study has shown that untreated menstrual cycle related symptoms over time can increase the risk of postmenopausal disease, such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and dementia. Our cycles lend vital clues to the health of our bodies. We can also align our diet, our fitness, and our lifestyle goals with each phase of our cycle. Health is bio-individual, and what works best for you may not work for others. So self-exploration is key to improving your health. These days, there are many tools to help you track your cycle, such as apps, devices, books, charts, and thermometers to help you to track and predict your cycle phases. You can learn when it's best to rest and when you may be more primed to being more productive and pursuing your goals. There is a time for everything, and it begins with becoming familiar with our personal cycles. If you're on hormonal birth control and you have questions about that, reach out to a health coach or your doctor to learn more about your options so that you can decide and reassess whether the pill is still the right fit for you. It's often seen as the normal way to manage birth control, and there are pros and cons to all synthetic hormones depending on the person's unique circumstances. So speak to your health practitioner for more information. The next tip is that one diet does not fit all. The carnivore diet will not work for everyone, or at least in the long term. And the vegan diet also will not work for everybody sustainably. The diet that has been studied to be the most sustainable has been the Mediterranean diet. This diet doesn't tell you whether to eat meat or not. It sets out ideals and ratios of proteins and complex carbs, fats, and produce. It's plant predominant and it incorporates a lot of colorful fruit and vegetables for health giving phytonutrients, along with healthy fats like olive oil, whole grains, and legumes. Twice weekly fish or chicken is also an option, and small portions of red meat and dairy are optional. If you are confused about which diet to try and overwhelmed by so much conflicting information, you could begin with exploring a Mediterranean-based approach to eating and choose whether or not you want to include certain grains, meats, and dairy in that framework. This way, you will be loading your plate with filling fiber in the way of vegetables and salads, and also enjoying small portions of other foods like meat and cheese or seafoods and fruits. It can be a great place to start if you've tried every kind of diet and you want to eat in a more balanced and sustainable way. The next tip is to get a health advocate. Many times we may feel like we're almost trying to convince a health practitioner to run certain tests or to check for certain conditions, and we may be told that it's not necessary. Or perhaps you have mystery symptoms that you don't feel has been fully diagnosed yet, even after seeing many health practitioners. The process of getting to the bottom of your health issues can wear you down and wear down your spirit and your resolve. This is when it can be helpful to enlist a friend or family member or even hire a health coach to become your health advocate. They can attend appointments with you if you want to feel more supported in the presence of health professionals, or they can help you research next steps for options along your journey to better health. The next tip is to follow inspirational wellness accounts. When you're scrolling social media, it's easy to get caught up in visuals about indulgent recipes, food ads, celebrity endorsements, TV shows, or games to binge on that take us away from our health goals. Try following accounts that shine a light on healthy foods or educate you on making healthier choices. Search for healthy recipes or wellness influencers to follow so that they become part of your day-to-day social media feed and provide inspiration to get you into nature, moving your body, and eating more produce. The more you see others doing this, the more you shift into a more healthy version of what normal can look like. The next tip is about healthy apps and devices. It's becoming easier to track your health, and there are new subscription services, apps, and wearable devices that make it easier than ever to track your health. There are affordable yearly plans that provide you with a holistic view of your health through lab testing, and wearable devices that help you to relieve stress and monitor your healthy habits. Technology is always changing and improving, so do a little research to see what options are available to help you become an expert on your health. I hope this has given you some ideas for how you can take charge of your health. Even small shifts that you can make can result in a directional shift for your overall wellness. So learn what works best for your body. And always speak to a health practitioner before taking on new supplements or creating a big change to your diet or taking medications. And consider a health coach to support you in implementing healthy lifestyle changes to help you achieve your health goals. Thanks for watching. Wishing you the best of health. I'll see you in the next one.